Hello everyone, and welcome to tonight's reading. I hope you all had a beautiful day so far. The energy that I've really been channeling today is really unique, and I don't think this is going to resonate for everyone in the collective. This is definitely for a select few people. And if this does resonate with you, please do let me know in the comments. I love to know whose energy I'm connecting with. There is a really strong sense of feeling like star-crossed lovers, almost like Romeo and Juliet, Titanic kind of feel here, you know, like intense romance, deep love, passion, and just that feeling of we are meant to be, but it feels so impossible. So this is the energy that I would really love to look deeper into today and just see what comes through. So I am going to be using my Gilded Tarot Royale deck today, and you all can set your own intentions for this reading as I shuffle the deck. You can do that out loud in your mind in the comments, however you feel good doing it. And my intention for the reading is that this will find those whom it will resonate with, you know, anyone for whom there is a message in here. I hope this video reaches them. And I hope to be able to channel clear, accurate, and meaningful messages for twin flames in the collective, especially who resonate with this reading. However, I do believe there's no such thing as coincidences. So if this reading finds you or you are drawn to it, there could definitely be some message in there for you, even if the entire reading doesn't necessarily resonate. So let's just go ahead and see what comes through here. I'm going to start shuffling, and I'll try to get a couple cards. All right. So we have the Page of Swords and the Four of Swords in the reverse position. These two cards, when they came out, literally turned themselves into the reverse position. So what this tells me is there is a severe lack of ability to rest and rejuvenate right now. And this lack of rest is leading to, of course, restlessness, right? So there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of sleepless nights, there is a strong desire for communication that is just not able to come out, that's just not able to manifest itself right now in the physical 3D, which is evidenced by this Page of Swords in the reverse position as well. So as I'm saying this, I sense a strong sense of emotional heaviness as well as anxiety, that this energy, and I do feel at this point that it is a divine masculine energy speaking here, that this is referring to. So what I'm thinking this is telling us here is that I just heard Spirit say karmic debt clearing. So these sleepless nights, this anxiety, this period of separation that, you know, is kind of making things seem impossible, even though it's not, because this is a divinely guided and protected connection, as all true twin flame connections are. This is part of the karmic debt clearing that these counterparts have to go through before reunion can take place. This third card that flew out here was the Seven of Pentacles in the upright position, and it actually flew out so that the card was face up as well. So this energy here is very strong, and I just heard Spirit say reap what you've sown. So that's not only in the sense of karmic debt clearing, but this is also to say that this connection has some pretty good positive outcomes once these karmic debts are cleared. So let's take a deeper look into this. What else can come through, Spirit? What other messages can I channel about this connection? What kind of karmic debt is being cleared here? kind of karmic debt is being cleared? I just heard Spirit say take for granted. So it could be that while there was a connection in the physical 3D, one of the counterparts took the other for granted. The Five of Pentacles. So the fact that this came out in the reverse position tells me that there was a past sense of feeling left out in the cold. And I do feel like that is a divine feminine energy that was feeling left out in the cold and abandoned by her counterpart. So this could be part of that karmic debt that is being cleared here, that in her absence, I just heard Spirit say learning her value. So not only is this divine feminine learning her own value during this separation phase, but the divine masculine is learning the value that this feminine truly held in his life. Yeah, his past decisions are weighing down on him. In my crown chakra, I feel a very, very heavy energy that is kind of covering up to my forehead, to where, you know, the bridge of my nose meets my forehead. And it's a heavy enough energy to where I feel a significant amount of pressure on my head, like my crown chakra, up to my nose. So this, in my third eye, I'm being shown as the heaviness that is being projected from this divine masculine's heart space. So his decisions of the past are definitely a burden on him. And this is very synchronistic with the image here on this card of this man carrying these 10 wands on his back that are so heavy that he's hunched over and can hardly walk straight. And so that is the energy of this divine masculine currently, which really makes sense as to why it would seem impossible for this divine masculine, because that is a heavy load to be carrying. But oh my gosh, look at this, you guys, the King of Cups card. So I just heard Spirit say transformation. So through carrying this heavy burden of guilt and regret, this divine masculine is going through a phase of transformation. He is going from a page who is not as emotionally mature and who is not as great as at expressing himself, even though pages are messengers. So there's the irony there, right? Because pages also symbolize a level of emotional immaturity and possibly even an age gap where one party is significantly younger. You know, so this divine masculine is being transformed into now this King of Cups energy. I heard growth. So he is undergoing significant levels of emotional growth, especially look at all this water here, which represents emotions. So, and the Suit of Cups also speaks to water sign energy as well as emotional energy. So this divine masculine is really being brought to a whole new level of par for this divine feminine, for the sake of their connection. And currently in the physical 3D, I do feel like there is a disconnect, that there is no communication currently between the counterparts. And then look at this, we have the World card. This just gave me goosebumps, because this is the growth and expansion we're talking about. The World card is all about growth and expansion on all levels: physical, mental, emotional, financial, you know, economic status, socioeconomic status, you know, your status in life, considering where you want to be versus where you think you should be, that level of comparison that goes on inside individuals all the time. This World card is really speaking to the fact that this divine masculine is growing, and this has been confirmed twice, once from each of these cards. So there's some really beautiful energy coming through, that this karmic debt that is being cleared is for the sake of this transformation and growth, that this this connection can have a better future in the physical 3D only after these karmic debts have been cleared. So I just heard a divine masculine say, so I can learn her value, which is a very synchronistic message with what Spirit also said earlier. And I'm feeling the cards in this deck energetically kind of holding back, which is also very synchronistic with what this divine masculine is doing, since his energy is what I am prominently connecting with. My cards are picking up on that energy and behaving accordingly. We have the King of Swords here. So this divine masculine still has some walls up around his heart. He still has a little bit of a heart chakra block, which is mainly based in the 3D physical ego mind. So he wants to step forward, but he's so guarded that he's telling himself he's not good enough to step forward, and all he can expect is rejection. So there is a lot of degree of self-concept here that is also affecting this connection. And that also has to do with the karmic debt, because I am intuitively picking up that once this karmic debt is cleared, that self-concept issue is going to kind of resolve itself, because when the time comes in divine timing, I heard Spirit say divine timing, this divine masculine will be able to overcome those fears of rejection and just step forward. We also have the Seven of Swords here. I heard betrayal. This divine masculine is truly feeling the consequences of having betrayed this feminine. So I want to look deeper into this betrayal energy here. I'm going to go to the romance angels. How did this divine masculine betray the feminine? He was not true to his feelings, is what I heard Spirit say as soon as I picked this card up, was not true to his feelings. So this divine feminine was the one. Intuitively, this divine masculine has always known that this connection is meant to be. I do feel like this divine masculine is highly intuitive, but he denied that within himself. So what went on here? Why did this divine masculine deny this connection when he was feeling that this could be the one? Heart-to-heart conversations. I heard mask. So this divine masculine has a very hard time emotionally expressing himself, is what I'm picking up here energetically as I'm tuning in. That this divine masculine literally refuses to express himself and almost wants to keep everything that he is up to, even in day-to-day life, kind of a secret. Yeah, I heard Spirit say secretive. So it could be that this divine masculine's trust was betrayed quite a bit in the past. And I'm not sure whether it was from family or friends or potentially both. But there is definitely a difficulty to trust here. So I just heard Spirit say overwhelming chemistry. So it could be that the intensity of this connection was too much for this divine masculine initially. When the counterparts, if I can speak today, when the counterparts first met in the physical 3D. So there was an overwhelming sense of attraction and connection, and I just heard Spirit say Romeo and Juliet again. That's been like the ongoing theme of today, is Romeo and Juliet. Okay, this makes a lot of sense. So let your friends help you. So because this divine masculine kind of likes to keep everything a secret, as I just said, he could not seek guidance or help from anybody else. He was just kind of trying to follow what he thought was his heart, but wound up being his ego mind, and really pushed this feminine away Look at the energy at the bottom of the deck, deception. He deceived this divine feminine. What I'm intuitively picking up on is that this divine masculine heavily denied any feelings that he had for this feminine, almost to the point of coldness, harshness, and rudeness. So this divine feminine, I'm feeling like truly intuitively was picking up on the fact that this masculine has feelings for her. She knew that internally. There was no doubt in her mind. But when she would try to express herself to the masculine, she would be met with coldness and deceit that, you know, I'm almost being shown in my third eye this, like the scene between the two counterparts where one is just wanting to express themselves and the other is being extremely, you know, standoffish and not even, and kind of like giving the other one a condescending look, like, you know, in your dreams, no way kind of behavior here, even though internally he was really truly feeling otherwise. So, oh my gosh. So the first one, this is very synchronistic with what I just spoke on, is the divine masculine internally not feeling good enough to receive the love of this feminine. And if you notice the greens in the card here, again, speaking to the heart chakra, just like I said earlier about the heart chakra blocks. So part of the karmic debt clearing is also teaching this divine masculine his own worth. And that is gaining momentum. That energy of this divine masculine learning his own worth and learning the worth of the feminine in his life is truly gaining momentum here. So as I'm reading deeper into this energy, I am feeling that this separation phase is very nearly over. Your commitment is being tested. So I do feel like this divine masculine still possibly struggles with bouts of his ego mind stepping in and, you know, telling him things that discourage him from making a forward movement, either, you know, whether it be about the feminine or about his own worth or his own self or what he can offer the feminine. I am downloading that this masculine internally, when he gets down on himself, thinks that this feminine can be offered a better connection by somebody else elsewhere, and that also is what holds him back. But this thought at the same time is extremely triggering for this masculine. However, as karmic debts are clearing every moment, every day, a new start is coming. Spirit has confirmed this here twice already. So the energy is gaining momentum for him learning his worth. The World card with growth and expansion. And here we have the new start coming. So let's see, what else do we need to know about this connection? Emotions are running high. Yes, this is also very synchronistic. Emotions are running high, especially when the 3D ego mind tries to step in and, you know, help you make negative assumptions about yourself. That is when emotions are really running high. But look at the energy at the bottom of the deck. Look at the bigger picture. And notice the red here for the root chakra, the first chakra. So the guidance here that I'm really hearing Spirit say is when these triggering thoughts come up, the best thing you can do is really look at the bigger picture, because this divine masculine knows internally that the divine feminine truly does love and care for him. I do feel like these parties mirror each other very strongly, because as I'm tapping into this energy, I can sense that very clearly within them both. This card just fell out of the deck face up again. So I take that to mean that this is being emphasized for both parties because just as I was saying, they mirror each other. Sometimes when you mirror each other, you don't know whether the emotions you're experiencing are your own or your counterparts. So not only taking time to clear your energy to differentiate between that, but also to help your counterpart energetically by reminding yourself of the fact that that love that you knew from the beginning was there is still there, because you can still feel it in the depths of your heart. You know that the core of your soul knows that this is a meant to be connection. I do believe both parties are truly in tune with that. It's just that their ego mind does not allow them to believe it all the time. Have faith in your dreams. This could not be more synchronistic. And have faith in what you know is what I just heard Spirit say. Have faith in what you know. So have faith in the love that you know is there. Adjustments are required. Yes, definitely. Adjustments to negative thinking. Adjustments to allowing your, emotions to, or your negative emotions to take over, and not tuning into the truth, the reality of what you know about this connection and of this love, that you can soul deep feel that this is meant to be. And on some higher self level, you do know that this is divinely guided and protected. So adjustments in the thought process and adjustments in how much you allow your emotions to allow your thoughts to run wild is where that is. Believe in the impossible. So this is so synchronistic, you guys. This connection felt impossible, just like I said at the beginning of the video. It's like star-crossed lovers, like no matter how much they try, they feel like they're just stuck, and is anything ever going to happen? Is forward movement happening? Whereas on a higher self level, they know that they're going to find their way to each other in time and unite. Both of these counterparts know that. So they have to believe in that, even though the 3D physical appears impossible. And this is where alignment with the vibration of abundance, alignment with the vibration of union, aligning your thought process with what you do want to manifest and steering it away from what you don't want to manifest. This is where affirmations really play a significant role. And for those of you who've been on this channel, you know that I recently released my twin flame manifestation affirmations that up until now only my live coaching clients had access to. And now for the first time, I'm releasing them in a PDF document for everyone to use pretty much. You can purchase those from me on my Instagram. All you have to do is direct message me. And I will leave my Instagram handle in the video description box. So if anyone is interested in that, I highly recommend them. You can go to my Instagram profile and look on my highlights under the one that says affirmations, and you can read all my client reviews there. There are some reviews from my coaching clients of the past there, as well as some newer reviews from my more recent Instagram customers. So if it's something that you would be interested in, feel free to direct message me on Instagram. My PayPal link and Cash App ID are in my bio on Instagram. All you have to do is direct message me the screenshot of the proof of payment and the email that you want it sent to. And I'm pretty good at sending it out right away. But it does depend on the time of day that you reach out to me, because I am in Pacific Standard Time. So sometimes I get messages at like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning, depending on where the person is in the world. So, but I definitely do read all my DMs and I respond. So just reach out to me there and I will definitely get back to you. But those affirmations are really for all areas of life. And it's, for abundance, for self-concept, lifestyle, manifesting your twin flame back into your life, pretty much all encompassing. So if this reading is resonating with you, I highly do recommend those affirmations for you. Let's take a deeper look here into this energy. So believe in the impossible was the last card that we looked at. What other guidance can come through here for these counterparts? Baby steps. action. Follow your intuition before it makes sense. How synchronistic. This is what believing in the impossible is all about, right? Where you have faith in your dreams, so you take a step forward. Your intuition is guiding you, and sometimes, the 3D physical circumstances may look like they're opposing when really they are acting for you. And in this case, especially with divinely guided and protected connections, this really does tend to happen, that what really looked impossible on the outside in the physical 3D becomes possible through the proper alignment and also divine intervention here. The golden children, inner child, tenderness. So this is a major thing to pay attention to, is inner child wounds. So when those negative thoughts or belief systems begin to come up, pay attention to how your inner child is being affected. Because it's usually those inner child wounds where that stems from. So for example, as a child, if you don't receive something that you truly wanted, and your belief system, internal belief system, tells you that you didn't get it because you're not good enough or because you don't deserve it, those wounds tend to stay within you, and you sometimes don't realize how they're playing out in your adult life. And it tends to play out the most in relationships, in careers, in other opportunities where you have a chance to take your life to the next level or to design a life that you truly desire. And that inner child wound tells you, whenever you face an obstacle or whenever something gets in your way, that maybe you weren't deserving or maybe you really aren't good enough. So that is where the inner child really needs nurturing. And that is also where alignment with a higher vibrational timeline will make a huge difference. Shifting those negative belief patterns, uprooting those negative belief patterns out of yourself by reprogramming your conscious mind through the use of affirmations. So the next card is called Soul Gifts and Training. It's time to step up. So this is incredibly synchronistic, because in twin flame connections, twin flame counterparts incarnate at the same time on this planet for a higher soul purpose, for a mission. They incarnate to raise the vibration of the planet through unconditional love for one another. So this is the calling, and this is what Spirit is really guiding you to remind yourself of every time you get triggered, that we are here for a higher calling. That 3D physical disconnect can never really disconnect you from your counterpart, because you are one soul housed in two bodies. That separation truly is an illusion. And once you are able to really, and it's not even convincing yourself of that, it's really realizing a truth that, 3D physical separation is simply an illusion, then you will align much more easily with the vibration of union, because then you will know that energetically, internally, union is always there. It's just, the bodies that happen to be in different places at different times. And then once you align with a certain vibration, you will see manifestations start to play out in the 3D physical. Yes, so this is a time for healing. If you remember, the first card that flew out was the Four of Swords in the reverse position, where I said restlessness, anxiety, lots of sleepless nights. So Spirit is really guiding you here to focus on your healing, focus on your well-being on all levels: physical, mental, emotional, psychological. This is your time to really put yourself first and meet your needs before you can really be a good partner for your counterpart. So that is why healing, rest, and rejuvenation do tend to get highlighted so profusely. Activated Earth, trust where you are led. yes, through the spiritual awakening process on the twin flame journey, you are being activated. That is the, one of the main points of spiritual awakening is that activation through ascension. So when you start to ascend, when you start to surrender and you start to vibrate at that frequency of already having what you desire, that's when you start to magnetically, effortlessly draw those things into your life. Because the more you focus on lack, the more you're going to draw it in. Because you will find what you focus on, and the universe will bring you what you focus on, because thoughts are energy. And whatever you put out into the universe, it's like a boomerang. It just comes right back to you, right? Like whatever you throw out is whatever will come back to you. So always be sure to do self-check-ins pretty regularly. Make sure that you are focusing on what you do want rather than what you don't want, so that you can be an active manifester rather than a passive manifester, so that you can manifest what you do want, right? So the energy at the bottom of the deck, wow, is activation again, light body, crystal grid, star bathing. So just as I said that these counterparts were mirroring each other, the energy in this deck is also mirroring each other. The energies between decks, I should say, are mirroring each other. So this is very, very heavily happening for the counterparts. Let me go here to the energy oracle cards and see what else comes through. Yin-yang. So if you are resonating with this reading, it's likely that number sequences involving 2-2 or 2-2-2 or 4 2s together might be showing up a lot as synchronicity for you in your surroundings, in your environment, in your life. This Yin-yang card is one of the 2 cards in this deck that I most strongly associate with twin flame connections, especially with twin flame connections coming into energetic union. That this yin and yang, these yin and yang portions are actually jointed here. They are united rather than being separated. So this card to me heavily speaks to twin flame energetic union, which is where these counterparts are currently headed. Because as I'm tapping into this energy deeper, I do feel like this separation phase is very close to ending. Man holding a coin. So this gave me chills, because if you remember what I spoke on earlier, that this divine masculine is truly learning to find his own worth. And every day he is finding his worth more and more, which is what the coin this man is holding represents. So he is not only finding his worth, he is also seeing how others are reflecting, that belief back to him. Now he's holding it out rather than holding it in. He's holding that coin out of his pocket. He's holding it out in front of him, and he's making sure that he is valued the way that he deserves to be valued, rather than devaluing himself to either people please or fit in, as I am intuitively picking up was happening in the past. Financial constraints. So this is definitely another reason why separation is still a factor, and this is common in twin flame connections, that until the parties, especially the divine masculine, feels financially ready, because they know they want to come in and offer a long-term commitment, a serious committed relationship, they know they cannot do that without the financial means, or at least they feel they cannot do that without the financial means. So at this point, another karmic debt that is being cleared is through financial constraints, which will also resolve itself in time. In my third eye, I'm being shown the King of Pentacles card, which is truly, all about living a luxurious, materially comfortable, satisfied life with nothing lacking. So I am being shown that King of Pentacles energy coming through here. Yep. And as soon as that happens, we have union. Look at that. And this is the number 14 card. So you also could be seeing 111 and 444 as synchronicities around you. Anything else? I'm actually being guided here to the Lover's Oracle. Let's see what other guidance can come through for these counterparts. Okay. Look inside yourself. Examine what is causing you to feel this way. Yes. So I do believe we spoke on that already about, you know, when you are mirroring your counterpart's energy or you're feeling down on yourself, you know, kind of clear your energy to figure out where that's coming from, and then help each other heal by, you know, counteracting those negative thoughts and negative beliefs. Introspection is a huge part of this healing process. Any other messages I can channel? Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. So this is not about necessarily criticizing each other, although I do feel like on a 5D level, this could be a one-sided thing, because I am feeling that the divine masculine is not criticizing this feminine. Energetically, I'm not picking up anything, any vibration around that whatsoever from the masculine. However, when the feminine recalls how she was left out in the cold, if you remember the 5 of Pentacles card that came out earlier, there is a part of her that is still harboring that resentment and therefore criticizes the masculine. And on a 5D level, he can feel that energetically. And that also helps create that block in his heart chakra that tells him that she will not be very receptive to me, so I kind of better not step forward right now. You see how that loops there? Because if they are mirroring each other and they can telepathically communicate, even if it's not the literal hearing of each other's thoughts, energetically you can pick up on the emotions that are going through each other, and you will feel that, and you will know that, you know, there is still a block there. There's still a barrier around the heart that is not fully ready to receive this love, and that will also hold the other party back from taking a step forward. So this is also why this connection seems impossible for these counterparts, because there is that strong longing, that strong desire for reunion, but then you get triggered and then you exchange that you know, negative or criticizing energy, so to speak, and then it puts that wall up again of, man, I was so close, but I still sense that barrier, so I'm not going to take this step just yet. I need to know for sure where the other person is standing. So those are definitely things to be mindful of in this connection. And this is, it really makes sense now why I was downloading Romeo and Juliet. It really makes sense where that was coming from. So I hope that was helpful, you guys, and I hope this reading reaches you know, the people that it is meant for in the collective. I will channel now some love messages from the masculine to the feminine, and then from the feminine's higher self to the masculine, later using the Rumi Oracle deck. So I do sense there is a fear in the divine feminine that the masculine is also picking up on, that as time passes, the feminine is worried about the masculine potentially, you know, giving up or choosing something else. So this message here is, no one can change my love for you. And what I heard Spirit say is, no one compares to you. So this is really like a confirmation to take this feminine's fears away that there is nobody who will change her divine masculine's love for her, because this is a meant to be connection. I know more than you think. This is incredibly synchronistic. If you remember everything I just spoke on about the telepathy and sensing each other's blocks and barriers, along with sensing each other's deep love. So this would be the ultimate confirmation that your thoughts really do manifest. Your divine masculine knows more than you think. The divine feminine probably knows more than the masculine thinks too. So this definitely is mirrored. This is a heavily mirrored connection, because for almost every energy, this definitely came out as being mirrored. So paying attention to those negative beliefs and thoughts, doing everything you can to uproot those and clear those heart chakra blockages to strengthen that root chakra will definitely help propel you faster toward union. The masculine daydreams a lot. I can feel that dreamy energy as I'm tapping into this masculine, most definitely. And for some reason I'm seeing a beach, like this masculine is actively daydreaming of taking his divine feminine to a vacation or on a trip somewhere with a beach. So that might resonate for some people. This masculine has a gift for you. And I am sensing that this is a 3D physical gift that you will receive when communication comes in. And I'm seeing something like teddy bears and flowers. It could be chocolates. It could be even a song, maybe. I do feel like these counterparts had some kind of connection through music. So it could be that this masculine gives the feminine a song. That very well could be the gift that he has. When we first met, I just always had this feeling about you. This could not be more synchronistic, you guys, because if you remember at the beginning of the reading, we talked about how the masculine denied his feelings and how he always had this mask on, and even though he felt this intense deep love for the feminine, he just would go cold and kind of shut her out and, you know, outright deny his feelings and almost gaslight. But that was coming from a wounded place, you know, that was not coming out of maliciousness necessarily, but that was just coming from a wounded inner child, from a deep level of internal insecurity that was not allowing him to be vulnerable, and he did not share things much with anyone, so he really didn't have that opportunity to hash out his emotions with people that he trusted, because it seems that this masculine truly doesn't trust easily at all. I can heavily feel that. So let me channel a divine feminine love message here. Feel like the divine feminine is holding back now, just like the masculine was. This is insanely mirrored, you guys. It's amazing. Blessing of Zara and Celestial Rose of Ma. I'm being drawn to this card more, so let's see. That is the number 10 card. And the number 10 might be significant for somebody. Either there was 10 of something that might have been given to you by your masculine, or maybe the date, the 10th, might be significant here, but for some reason the number 10 is standing out to me. Celestial Rose of Ma. The taste of bitterness becomes sweetness in love. The searching in the dark finds the light of faith revealed in love. Love transforms thistles into jasmine. Love layers heaven and gifts us with wings to soar into its mystery. Love transforms our every thought into a desire of the heart. Oh love, how divine is your alluring. Beauty flows from your unseen face. Your very nature is radiant with joy. You manifest vibrant hues in every flower. Your touch dazzles all creation. Every particle is attracted toward you, longing to unite and dwell in you. Rumi. This is so synchronistic with this divine feminine knowing the feelings of her masculine and yet being met with bitterness on the outside, yet knowing that it was love on the inside. This is almost like a summary of their entire experience in the physical 3D before the disconnect happened. That was extremely beautiful. So I will close the reading out here, you guys. Thank you for joining me, and definitely remember to check out my Instagram. I will leave the handle in the description box. I also run reading specials there pretty regularly, so if you would like to experience, you know, a personal card puller reading from me, depending on whatever special I'm running that day, then Instagram would be the place to do so, and I do look forward to seeing you guys there as well. So thank you for joining me here for this video. I do hope you enjoy it, and I do hope that these messages find the people they need to. I will talk to you all again in the next reading video.